Welcome everyone on our weekly Wednesday webinar. So today we would be looking at one of the very important topic that is going to be very helpful when it comes to tracking and identifying how our leads or deal are being flowed from the date perspective. So today we would be looking at the reports that are available in the Kylas and what are the new fields that we have introduced that gonna help to understand a life cycle of a lead, deal, and also other entities, how it would be helpful to understand the flow as well as to make a decision. Okay. So for today, the agenda that we have is the report builder date related dimension. And the second topic that we have is the report listing filter, search, and the column. So by the topic itself, you might have got an idea what exactly we will be seeing in the today's webinar. So we have seen that the leads, when we are nurturing from one step to another, we always try to focus to get them positively moved into a deal, contact, and companies. But somehow we are not able to track as to when a particular deal has been moved or when a particular lead has been moved from one step to another or when an update was made on it. So that's what we would be seeing in today's webinar. So to start with it, I would like to share my screen and let's look at the Kylas CRM. Okay. So once we log in, so this is the one of the dashboard that would be seen. To navigate to the reports, which is available at the left hand side at the bottom. So this is the report icon. So once I click, I would be navigated or directed to the report listing page. So here we would be seeing all the reports related to different entities such as deal, lead, and meeting. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up one of the report, or let's see how a report can be created with the date related dimension. So I'm on create a meeting report page. Here you will see there are few mandatory fields which we have kept. So let's give a name to this report, date, dimension, date. I'm going to select the report type as multi-dimension because I want to use multiple date related fields so that we can actually narrow down the information and see the flow. We can give the report description over here. Yes. Under the entity type, we have multiple entities such as lead, deal, call-out, task, company, and meeting. So let's first of all select lead, and I will select the chart type as bar chart. So currently we have two type over here, that is bar and table. So let me select the type as bar. And okay, so on the here, when I'm changing the report type to one dimension, you will see I'm able to see one more option in the chart type, that is the pie chart type, where I can see the information in the pie format. Okay. So here I have selected the date filter for the current month. So whatever the information that we would be seeing would be within this date range. The start date June 1st till end of June. Now under the dimension, as you can see, we have this converted at, created at, or updated at, which are some of the date related field which we can use in the report itself. So let me show you one example that I already have in this system. Okay. Yes. So this is one of the report that I have prepared based on the dimension that are related to date. So here I have selected created at on the daily basis frequency, then meeting schedule on this leads and the frequency. Also, I have selected the metric as number of leads. So simply I can see the leads created at. So for example, on 1st of June, I have 2 leads created, and on those 2 leads, there were 2 meetings set up. One was on 7th of June. So here we are getting the count as well. So I can also change the parameter here is converted at and select the frequency here and apply the changes. So here we can see that when a lead was created and on what date out of those leads, how many were converted on a particular date along with the number that we are seeing at the last column. Now, if we go to again to the dimension, also we have here the frequency such as weekly. So I can also see in a particular week how many leads were created, and within the same week how many leads out of those were actually got converted. So here you can see week 1 of June 2022, there were total 5 leads, and out of this there are converted leads which we are seeing on the first week, that is 1. On the second week of June, we have 2 leads converted, and not available are these leads that are still in the not converted stage. That means the leads are being at a particular pipeline stage and not converted into any deal or contact or company. So similarly, we can also broaden our dimension frequency, that is on a monthly, quarterly or yearly, which ultimately gonna help the organization that they can understand on a frequency basis how many leads they are creating, out of which how many leads are being converted on a daily basis or weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. So ultimately, this will help to improve the business process, or even if there are any trainings within the organization that requires, so that the conversion or the conversion of any leads can be improved at any point of time. Similarly, we also have, so let me show you one more example that is related to deal. So here I'm seeing when a deal got created. Also, I have added the estimated closure date as one of the date dimension here. So this is the estimated date that I have said when I created a deal, that on this particular date I should be closing of this deal, and the actual closure date when we actually mark the deal to won't close or any other status. And at the last column, we would be seeing the number of deals. So here on the first column, we are seeing there are total 4 deals created on 1st of Jan, out of which I have set these 3 dates as an estimated closure date, and out of which on the 29th of June, that means today, I have closed one of the deal. So this way we can also see how our deals are getting created when they are actually estimated for the closure and when they actually got closed. So this date related dimension is available on deal, lead, also on call log. So for example, here I can see call logged at. So when actually a call got logged along with when it got conducted or if any updates were made. So when this calls got updated. Similarly, we can also see for the task where we can see when a particular task got completed, the due date. So let's see one example over here. So I'm gonna select lead. So let's look at this one of the example here. So I can also include the tasks which are due on weekly. So let's first look at the daily for the both, and then we'll look at another parameter. So let me click on apply changes. So here I'm seeing that on the daily basis, how many leads are created, and against those leads, what are the tasks created and what is the due date for those tasks. So similarly, this can be utilized on multiple entities that we have, such as company or even meeting. Here, I can also see when a meeting got created, when it got conducted, or if any changes were made to the meeting, then when those changes were made. Also, one of the very important is when a meeting got cancelled. So with the help of date dimension, we can actually see what are the activities that are performed in a specific date so that we can identify the range between two activities performed on any specific lead, deal, or even task and meeting. Okay, so this was related to the date related dimension. Now moving to our next topic, that is report listing. So on the report listing, we have also introduced the capabilities to search. So here I can search any report by name or the description. Also, I can add any additional column which I find to be important and should be known to be me. And also I can add the filter to narrow down the report search. So under the filter, we have report name, entity type. So I can quickly filter out the reports and only see related to as deal, lead, task, company, or meeting. Also, we have multiple parameters in the filter which are equals, not equal, in, not in, which vary based on the filter base that we'll be selecting over here. Also, we have the chat type or created by plus bifurcation of system default report or if these are the custom reports. Then under the column, here we have given pre-selected column such as the report name, the entity type, the report type, whether it's a multi-dimension or one-dimensional, plus the created at and the created by. Along with this, we can also add the additional columns such as the chart type and system default. So I will be able to identify whether this particular report is of chart type, what kind of chart this report is, whether it's a bar, table or pie, and if it is a system default report or any of my user has created it. So I can search the report by its name and also the description that I have used while creating a report. Okay, so this is all about the today's webinar related to report builder and the data dimension plus the additional filter, search and column capabilities. So thank you so much everyone for joining this webinar.